Alright, well, so that's thing two, Overture. It is episode 74, and it is Thursday, July the 11th.
Yeah, it's the day after update day, and by update day I mean
Update day.
whenever Windows decides to update, which is usually around the 10th, aka
Ah,
today.
so, so are you sure you're recording?
I am. I'm doing fine.
Okay.
Currently, everything looks like it's working. Um,
It
on the main computer, Lappy is still updating. Started at like 9 o'clock this morning, and
she going.
it's just
She
it's
going.
going. It's going. It'll never stop. That thing still does its job of playing YouTube videos on like basically my second screen.
Yeah.
But man, it's kind of dire. But anyway, I watched that video about the Green Dragon Fest.
I stopped whenever it got to the
Yeah, I didn't
play
watch him
session.
play like the actual game. Who cares about that?
Yeah.
Who cares? I just want to
Yeah, so
know about how the event went.
turns out the Green Dragon event was successful.
I think it's. I think we've like I talked about it, but it's kind of like after seeing the Star Wars hotel, like my my opinion on the Green Dragon Fest by proxy has been like, no, they're doing okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
You,
Green Dragon's way better than Star Wars Hotel.
oh yeah, and it's
Um, also, and it makes a lot more sense to learn that he lives so close to ancient lore village.
yeah. He was like, it's like he lives in Knoxville or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
he lives very close to the Knoxville area, and that's still always weird to me when internet people live in Tennessee.
oh, it's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. I still think to me the most bizarre one was when I found out that like Lindsay Ellis went to Science Hill or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's been the
this Galacha chick or whatever.
yeah, who went
Is that who
her
that
own
is?
way and then
And then
disappeared and then came back.
I, I think the weirder one to me is when the Mabam Bam boys start talking about Dollywood.
Yeah,
The McElroys. There we go.
yeah. Poor Jenny Nicholson on the Twitter. She had like bed bugs in one of the hotels and it's freaking her out.
Oh no! Oh, that sucks. Because now you have to be paranoid about all your luggage.
That's what she was saying. She's like I'm so she was like distraught over her luggage and everything, and she doesn't want to go home because she just feels like she'll infect all of her like because you've seen like her videos and crap. She has like a lot of those big plushes and crap.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't want to have like, well, I go home and now a bug gets inside of the Bubsy
Giant
custom plush. Yeah,
spider.
the giant spider. Aragon becomes a host for actual bugs.
Yeah,
And
that sucks.
the greatest twist of all. But yeah, I think it was interesting watching that little Green Dragon Fest video thing.
Yeah, I'm good. I think it is super shitty that he signed the contract to rent that space without talking to his wife first.
Yeah, that's classic. That's classic. Oh, your relationship has some red flags there.
Yeah, that is some a screenwriter on a sitcom would get pushed back on that one for being too cliche.
Yeah, it's kind of
You
like my
can't
brain's like,
you can't do
oh,
that.
like even as someone who is not the greatest knowledge, or I'm like, that's not you don't do that.
Yeah, you did not. It's fuck how expensive this thing is, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, if we'd gotten sold five less tickets, I'd probably be 10K in the hole." It's like,
Yeah, then we gotta sell the house.
Yeah.
for my Dungeons and Dragons base. Like, oh lord.
Yeah.
Also, the
So.
demographic of Green Dragon Fest was exactly what I thought it was going to be,
Uh-huh.
which is like
Yeah.
white dudes older than me,
Yep.
some of them with their spouse, most kind
Like
of vaguely overweight.
I can see that of like, but Knoxville has stuff to do in it, but it's not exactly like a weekend getaway kind of place.
No, 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 no. It's not like an
So
Asheville
like, yeah,
or even
yeah,
like a Gatlinburg or a Pigeon Forge. Like that's the areas.
yeah. So like to me, it's like if you make that trip there, you're not getting a lot out of like a weekend date if both of you aren't into
Dungeons and
Dungeons and
oh yeah,
Dragons.
oh it has to. You know, if you're going there, you're going there to play dungeons. You're going there because you have disposable income. You've moved away, and there's no like local D&D scene. Maybe you got your virtual tabletop, and you're like, I
Yeah.
need it. I need it. I have not done this in like years. I need it, and then you're gonna go all out on it.
Or you're just the ones where it's like, no, we do this every day. We're deep into this scene, and these are like DMs that we know all of their names, and
It's
this is an exciting thing for our groups to be able to play with them.
it's your Vegas trip to Evo,
Yep,
but
yep, 100%.
you're like, nah, we're going.
But more expensive.
Well, I mean, like, yeah. I mean, like, I guess, like,
Because like the thing is, like Evo, the price was the ticket. The hotel and stuff wasn't that bad.
no.
It's like they had blocks of rooms.
I think it's
But this
also
is plane ticket plus $2,000.
yeah, but it's and maybe this is because of like if that's like your like that roughly is a vacation.
Yeah, it really is.
Like it's still it's cheaper than the Star Wars hotel.
Yeah, that is true.
And I feel
That is
like,
true.
yeah, like I get it. I get it. I
And it's not like they're. The problem is you know you can't easily get to Knoxville. I mean, I think every day is pretty much blocked out, so you're basically doing
Oh no,
D and D all
you're
day, every
doing
day.
that. Like the reason you're going there is to play like a 8 hours of Dungeons and Dragons, and then you
Mhm.
drink beer in the Hobbit village with other nerds who can you can talk about like mind flayers or whatever.
Yep,
Because you
yep.
do not have that in real life, where you can't go to the bar and say, "Hey everyone, what do you think about mind flayers?" and they can talk about them.
We're getting there. We're not that far away from that.
Well, but I'm saying that's the appeal of the Green Dragon
Uh huh.
Fest.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
like I'm
Yeah.
saying you can find that if you want to
Yeah.
find it, but I'm saying for people there's like an age and a location where that is not available.
Uh huh.
And you're just like, listen, I need it. I just gotta go. I gotta be a druid. That's also what I wonder. So here's the thing I was also thinking about just with because Green Dragon Fest, as you posted that video, it just popped in my brain again. And it was, what kind of character would you play at Green Dragon Fest? Like,
Oh, so okay, so Green Dragon Fest is going to be like OSR stuff. So it's going to be like very bare bones D&D. This is where like elf is a class.
yeah, that's what I mean. Well, yeah. So what I'm
Yeah.
saying is class and character. These are two different things.
So I would probably what okay, the other problem with that is if you're rolling new, a lot of that stuff is going to depend on what your stats are. It's like if you want to be a paladin, you have to have like high enough stats to be a paladin.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
but well, like, what's your
but
I
I
go?
would probably
You're going in with this with like, all right, here's like my
yeah.
tiered
But
choices, like
here, yeah,
one, two,
here's if
three.
I have the rolls, I want to do blank. If I don't have the rolls, I'm going to do blank.
Yeah,
But if everything goes ideally,
I
um,
want to be a guy
I
with a shield. If I can roll paladin, I can. If I can't, fighter. That sort of
I
deal.
want to be an elf. I want to be an elf, and if I can't do an elf, I want to be uh, 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 hold on.
See, Elf is very good with Green Dragon
I,
because Green Dragons hate elves and elves hate Green Dragons. It's very fitting.
um, but I'm probably if elf, and if I can't be an elf, I'd probably just go. I don't really like thief. I don't like um, probably spellcaster.
See, I would lean towards a martial class because if I'm there, I don't want to deal with like spells. I think spells are very annoying. It's why if I'm going to play a spellcaster, I'm gonna go with like a sorcerer or a warlock where I don't have to worry about preparing spells. I hate that.
Yeah, but again, this is not the same rule system as 5e.
No, but even in the olden times, I hated having to prepare
Yeah,
spells. This is not this is I guess my
I
experience with
get it, but
like
it's really not that bad of a thing to have to do, and especially a low level one. If that's where you're starting, it's going to be like, okay, you have 3 spells and you can prepare 2 of them.
I just hate it. I like having
So,
the list and say you get 3. But then
so
again, that's just like that's personal. This is personal preference here.
yeah. My
So
only problem is if this is starting a whole new campaign, I kind of don't want to do a spellcaster
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't.
just because they take too long to get up to a power level.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. Like I
But
would go like to me. I feel like Ranger feels good.
yeah, I kind of thought about it.
Ranger feels
But
good.
the other the other nice thing about that community is the typical rule for an OSR tabletop game is if you've hit combat, you've already lost. So that
Yeah,
a spellcaster being not that potent doesn't matter because everyone should die if they hit combat.
that's why you go with like a charisma sort. That's why I like the charisma based one. Like maybe even a bard. I think I would feel playing like
I just don't know if they have Bard in a lot of those systems.
yeah, I would want to play a small race in a goober because I feel
Yeah.
like not quite the Tasselhoff Burfoot, the Kinder who's just annoying, but you got to be like a little annoying. You gotta eject the levy. You gotta be the puck in your berserk game.
Yeah, someone's gonna be Puck and someone's gotta be the kid.
Yeah, you gotta be like Golly G Williker. Oh, that'd be good. Oh, if you're a Golly G Willikers, I think that'd be really funny. It also depends on your
Well,
group. You gotta assess the group.
yes.
Or is this a serious group or is this a silly group? Because that could go real bad real fast. But because man, being the silly is pretty good. That's
Yeah. I don't. I mean, as long as it's like in character and not too ridiculous.
no. Well, that's like you gotta. That's why you gotta be like you gotta be restraint. It's about restraint.
Yep.
It's
It's
a,
finding that balance point.
it's about you want to have 1 10 moment, but most of the time you're around like a 3 to 4. I also the temptation would be too strong because if I'm not playing silly, I'm playing evil, and it would be to portray the party at the last minute.
See, okay, so yeah, I was gonna say I've always wanted to play the character who is very much the like, oh no, like super noble, super like Prince Charming, like the best of us, and then it turns out like, no, I'm awful. I'm like, oh no, I can't. I'm holding on, but like you're gonna fall, you're slipping, and then it's like, oh, actually no one's around, so I'm just gonna let go. So
I'm just gonna lie.
yeah,
Like, oh
and then
man, I was a
like
liar.
that's a character I want to do.
In my one of my favorite role playing things to do, if I was doing something like either like a long form, it's every character I play is coded to be a villain at some point or have some fatal flaw that's obviously there. It's like, nah, it's gonna show up.
Yep.
I'm playing
And a
the
good
Anakin
DM will pick up and
Skywalker,
run with that.
where Anakin Skywalker's pretty good, but that Jedi Order does not work with him, and it's just gonna fail miserably. I'm just gonna play Akuma. No, I don't know. Akuma's too obvious. You have to play a
It was
Hisoka.
also not really evil.
Yeah, Akuma, because Akuma, like, it's that kind of level of. I feel like you have to willingly get into the ring to fight Akuma. Like
Like
Akuma's,
I
I
don't
don't
know
think
if I agree
Akuma
with that. I think
murders
you have to
random.
be.
Like if
No,
you're
he does not. You
strong,
have
he
to be
might try
tough
to.
enough.
Like if you're, but like if I'm walking down the street, Akuma's not gonna like Shin Goku Satsu
No,
me.
no. Akuma's like Hisoka. Like he's looking at you and be like, "Oh, you're tough enough to fight." And then when he starts fighting you, he'll be like, "Oh, you're tough enough to kill."
Yeah, but
Remember, Hihachi and Kazuya weren't strong enough for him to care about.
no, he was doing that out of an
Even
obligation.
I know, but even then, they're like, "Well, why are you only now showing up?" And he's like, "Cause you were too weak before now."
Yeah, he's cool. I like
So
Akuma.
yeah, if Akuma's no threat to me at all, he will sell me a mango.
Nah,
Okay,
he's
oh, thanks.
he's good.
Got some nice quality wares here, Akuma.
Oh yeah, he just sells some fruit. Also, like he like I don't. Would you call that like neutral? Would you call Akuma a true neutral, or would he be a
Yeah.
chaotic neutral, or maybe even a law? I don't
Uh,
know.
I think I don't know. I think he's true neutral. He's like a force of nature.
I could argue neutral evil on Akuma because if you go by the justification of evil is more selfishness because he's on his own pursuit.
Well, see, in that case, I would say there's a like a lawful aspect to him, because it's a case of like, oh no, he has rules. He
He
has
there
strict rules.
yeah there, he does not break his rules. Akuma does
I
not
also
break
think
the
it's
rules.
I think it's also hard to be a traditional martial artist and not be lawful.
Yeah,
Very rigid and structured.
yeah, because you gotta do enough training so that you gotta hit those like statues enough so you can go it, and that takes time and dedication.
Yep.
So are we going like lawful neutral for Akuma?
Yeah, I'd say lawful neutral, lawful evil. Because
Yeah,
he is selfish.
yeah, like that's why I would lean towards like he is fighting his own strength is just to make himself stronger. He's not doing it
Yep.
just to do it.
The Satsui no Hado is the killing intent.
Yeah, and he loves it.
He does
He
love.
does love killing.
He loves killing the strong.
Yeah. What
I
what do you want to talk about the meme about read the rule book with the dog?
I hate that meme. Like I disagree with it 1,000%.
Okay. I didn't expect this, but I like what I'm hearing. Go on.
So like, okay, for those unaware, this is the meme where it's the dog holding like the player's handbook for 5th edition or whatever. It says read the rule book. And I think if your rule book needs to be that long and that's ignoring the additions and extra garbage they've added since, you've got another problem. Like that is to me these games are supposed to be about narrative storytelling and structure and not the other like not the like fiddlety garbage.
That's
Like
it's
I don't like it.
as I will refer to it, the video game crap. Where
Yeah,
like
like I don't like that crunch. I don't care about it. If I'm having a conversation with someone in game, it should just be natural and it shouldn't be like, "Oh, well you failed your charisma check so it doesn't matter." I don't want like, "Oh, you're having good conversation so you get advantage on your charisma check." Like it's just stupid. I don't like it. I don't like I hate 3.5 with all that huge list of skills. One of the skills is just use rope. Like, come on, what the hell is that? No, it should just be like, what's my character? What's my background? Oh, you're a sailor, so yeah, you're pretty good at using rope. Otherwise, like, you can tie a knot. It's fine.
yeah,
They might get out.
it'll
They might
do.
not. Yeah, like
Ha-
it's just it's too Bergy. Is that a
It,
bad word? Should I not use that term?
you're fine. You can also say
Well,
grognard. I think that's the phrase I go into.
yeah, it's too grognard.
Because grognard is like when you're going deep in the rules and you're just trying to be like, well, it's the kind of person that looks at the chart of how to make a magical item, and it's like if your campaign has gotten to that point, you've done effed up.
Yeah, like it's just too min-maxing of like, oh, I'm not really playing the game. Like, I'm not really telling a story. I'm just playing this game and trying to, bullshit as much of it as I possibly can for my own benefit.
Listen, it's called Diablo if you want to play that,
Yeah, it's
or
it's
Path of
I
Exile.
ain't
All
here
those,
for
that's what those games are. It's just building it.
it. Like I'm just not. If you want that, play Balatro.
Man,
Okay.
Belatro's good though.
Yeah, I know, but there's no narrative storytelling in it. It's not a shared experience. And I don't want to fucking be in a cool scene and then have someone say, well, actually, meh, 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 meh." And then I'm just gonna say, shut up, nerd, and then my character is gonna kill his character.
Yeah.
That's
And
why they call me Boba Fett.
now that video still holds up.
Yep, that's a good video. Got power.
There's a bit of there may or may not be a sexual assault scene because it was the early aughts, as was
Yep.
the time.
Yep.
I don't endorse it. I'm just saying, as was the time.
That may happen. Be aware.
You gotta expect early Newgrounds. That's just how it is.
But
But that
no, I
video is
just
great.
I just tend to drift towards more narrative stuff, more like just pick up and play. That's the other thing. You know how long it takes to make a character and old and like stuff influenced by old D&D? Takes like 30 minutes at most. How long does it take to make a character in 5th edition? Like an hour? Everyone's
If
expected to show up. Go ahead.
I would say not really, but maybe because I've done it a lot and I don't min max at all or care.
But like everyone's expected to already show up with their characters made for a 5e game. Like the old school stuff, you can literally like everyone show up and be like, okay, here's how you make a character. Make your character. Like my stats are a little low. Are they less than blank? Yeah. Okay, you can re-roll them.
Well, ideally, you're supposed to have a dungeon master that accounts for it and cheats to make it work. If you want to be the dumb wizard, like the dumb wizard will make like if you're running Elon Musk
Oh,
like Elden Ring build in tabletop, it will work or it should work.
but see, no, I like the prerequisites then of like, oh no, your stats are like too low to be a wizard. Your character's not meant to be a wizard. But all of your characters share XP. So therefore, if you want the wizard to be more powerful, then all of your thief's gold that he steals just feeds your wizard.
I also I hate experience and like that's the part where it's just like I'm like no I hate this where it's
So
like
yeah, I
challenge
got
ratings and then XP and then you got to do
yep.
like I don't want to do a math equation.
I yeah, I think challenge ratings are stupid. I don't. I like a thing to be like this adventure is for this level characters, but I do not want like, oh well, it's this many, so you should have 5 gnolls and 2 hobgoblins if your party is a level 5.
And then the
It's just
experience it's like that's why like one of the things I do like about some of the fifth adventure edition adventures I've played where it's just like they just have like a okay you level up after this fight. The next 3 fights are designed for the parties at level 2. Now it's level 3, etc. Don't worry about it.
so
Get into it.
I do like the old stuff where money is experience points, because then it turns into like, okay, how do I get the most of this treasure out of this dungeon? And then at some point it turns into it's like I should really hire some underlings just to haul treasure for me.
So you're into the Gygaxian. You're a
Yes,
Gygaxian dungeon
yes,
man,
that is what I like.
or the for those of who's probably like three people who are listening to Gygaxian is like
Gary Gygax,
Gary
the
Gygax
creator of Dungeons and Dragons,
and his dungeon philosophy.
which I mean,
And I might be getting this wrong, but his dungeon philosophy was like it's how the ecology of it makes sense. It's not designed to be like a combat encounter. Like
it's
if the
not.
goblin temple has 7 goblins, 1 priestess, it's not designed to be like, oh, that's a level 1. It's like, no, that's just how it is.
Yep, it's again, it's a critical thinking is the challenge, not like rolling good.
That's why the
I
Tomb of
I saw
Annihilation.
I saw a good article. Someone was like talking up about uh how your Conan the Barbarian style adventurer has way more uh, room for leveling compared to like the fully plated up paladin, because the Conan guy has like all way more equipable slots and everything for growth, whereas the fully plated guy is like, oh shit, I can barely carry what I'm wearing.
Oh yeah. Also, Conan the Barbarian rules.
Yeah, he does.
I like that
Apparently,
snake.
he's from Texas. The guy who wrote that.
Really?
Yeah, it's from like middle of nowhere, Texas, and you're like, I can kind of see
No,
it.
I can.
Mournful, angry gods.
I can see you're in the middle of the waste, surrounded by barbarians, and then you're just like, man, what if there's a dude who's really tough? It's hot
Yep.
out, so I don't want to wear a shirt. I'm just in my loincloth. I'm out here. My star metal sword.
Uh-huh.
I'm messing things up. I'm moving. What? What? Oh,
Other video games. So you've been playing Harry Potter.
yeah, I have. It's all right.
We've been playing Harry Potter,
Yeah.
and I'll say you really messed me up because you said you got it to play with your sister. So I was like, oh, it has online co-op. That's cool. Kelsey can play with one of her friends. And that's like, oh, he means he's just playing it
Yeah.
with his sister.
No, no, I'm just because she played it.
Yeah.
I like it, but it's definitely there are problems. I think the Harry Potter game is probably the best Harry Potter thing that's come out in over a decade.
No.
When did book 4 come out?
Uh, 2006 or something.
I even forgot what it's called. It's not Order of the
Goblet of Fire.
Yeah, Goblet of Fire. It
It came out. Yeah.
crap, I can't find out. Okay, I only see the film. Okay, so the film came out in 2005, which means the book probably came out earlier.
Like 2002 or something.
Oh
I was in
lord.
5th grade, so it must have been 2000, 2001.
Yeah, it's 2001. But I'll count the movie. So I'll count the movie as 2005. So we can
Yeah.
comfortably say the best thing in Harry Potter in roughly 20 years.
Yep. Hmm.
I think it nails the Harry Potter parts like really good.
Yep. I think it helps that that team is trying to distance themselves from J.K. Rowling.
Oh yeah. Well, because there's interesting stuff going on that
So I'm still waiting to see how the story resolves, because right now it's very much a we're second class citizens and we're tired of it, so we're rebelling.
no, that's what I was saying. There's a lot of like shenanigans and stuff about the wizarding world I think is fascinating in that game. Like I think it's really cool. There's something to be said that like the Harry
We're
Potter.
talking about Harry Potter,
Yeah, we're talking about Harry
Hogwarts
Potter,
Legacy.
Hogwarts, the legacy, the new legacy. What is I gonna say? Yeah, that like the wizard world. What does that game take place? Like the 1800s or something?
Something, yeah.
Yeah, like and it's virtually unchanged
It feels
since
like
like
the turn of the century.
yeah, it's like you're at the end of the century and the exact same. in terms of looks, like nothing has changed. I think there's something to be said about that.
Uh-huh.
Where you're like, yo, they don't. Yeah, it's in the 1800s. So it's like 1800s Wizard Town is the exact same as the 1990s Wizard
Okay,
Town.
there we go.
Yep.
Well, and I think there's stuff that
Yeah,
let's talk about.
it's no, it's not like at any point maybe some wizard was like, hold on a second, let me use a little science here.
No, it's just that it's a stagnant society.
And start making some magitech.
It's completely it's how you have Ron Weasley's dad being mystified by a light switch.
Yeah.
And you're like maybe your society has some issues there.
I think I brought this up once, but what's a gun do to a wizard?
Oh, that'd be a problem.
I know.
There's
The humans could definitely take them out.
No, I think humans by like the 1990s, like wizards now have a problem.
I think by World War II, wizards have a problem.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Were there wizards in World War II?
Yes, there were.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, the Fantastic
movie.
Beast is around that time.
Never watched any of this.
The only good scene.
The villain is trying to stop the Holocaust.
Yeah, that's because it's poorly written.
Hold on. Huh?
Yeah, Grindelwald.
Yep.
The Grindel that
He's seen the future.
My favorite scene, and the only thing of that movie that was terrible, but the thing I liked, I only like it because they messed up, which was like when Grindelwald was trying to say we gotta stop the Muggles, and he puts up this great magical vision of like the Holocaust and the atomic bomb, and you're like, uh-oh, he has some points there.
Look, we can't use one of the Adava Kedavra because it's a dangerous spell.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do against a nuclear weapon? An ICBM.
I think what's even more damning, if we're going to go into Harry Potter talk, where it's like, so the Avada Kedavra is the dark magic that's banned, but the spell that like erases your memory is A-okay. There's nothing bad
weird.
about like casting Stupefy on someone and now they don't know where they are.
Look,
Stupefies freezes people, Kevin.
Okay,
That's
well,
not a memory charm.
it's a stun. It's a flashbang.
okay, well, whatever the one was where you're ghost in the shell and that guy, where they're saying this is your family now, and you're going, uh-oh.
I've had multiple talks with people about, Harry Potter's just for babies and it's really badly written.
It makes sense if you consider the same man, like the same society is stupefied by a light switch.
Light switch, yeah.
That they would also not have investigated moral quandaries.
Well, it's one of the things where if you go into it as a children's novel for children, then a lot of the world building does not matter because it's just like who cares? Like it's the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory where one Charlie in the Chocolate Factory is fine, who cares? But if you made like 7 of them and each of them tries to build upon the world, you're like, what's going on here? Like how
It's like if you try to make an origin story for Willy Wonka, it just falls apart.
Yeah, like that's a stupid idea and you should never do it. You're trying to say like, what are the lawsuits involved with fizzy lifting drink? Like how's that going to market ever? Some child just drinks a soda and just floats up.
Yep. Well, that's why it was still in trial period, Kevin.
How many Oompa Loompas were shredded by that ban during testing?
Well, even if it was in trial, like the fizzy lifting drink, what if a bad batch came out? Like a bad batch of Coke is gonna be like not taste good. This is like death. Publicized death. Another lawsuit for the Wonka Corporation.
He was pretty quick on those answers on how to fix it. This has been going on multiple times to his test subjects. He just knows how to all right, I know how to deal with this. All right,
send him to the juicing room.
Yeah,
we have like a medical wing to deal with candy related mishaps.
You know what? If you told me Willy Wonka was in the same world as Harry Potter or vice versa, I'd believe you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd buy it.
Yeah. Willy
See-
Wonka is not OSHA compliant.
Now, Willy Wonka is
No.
post the veil being lifted.
Well, he's Britain, so you know.
Oh yeah.
That is Britain. You don't know. This is Britain.
Anti-union.
Who knows what's going on in Britain? I don't. Football.
I know they just beat the alt-right. Not
Good
as
job.
much as France did, but they did it.
Dude, France beat the alt-right so much that the cops rioted, and then normal citizens started beating their ass.
Yeah.
I love it. It's
love
like
it.
the far right starting to win the election, and the prime minister's like dissolving parliament, and we're having emergency elections.
France gonna do
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
What was I thinking? Oh, did you see the manga biography of Charles Schultz that's coming out?
I'm sorry, what?
They're doing like the manga biography of Charles Schultz, apparently.
Who
But
is doing it?
Udon's producing it.
Oh,
Here, I'm gonna link it because
I just don't care about udon.
I just
Oh,
because I made my joke tweet that I have to talk about, which is now we must have the manga biography of Jim Davis by Fujimoto.
just suffering
The
constantly.
suffering of Jim Davis.
No, it's co-written. It's Fujimoto and Gigi.
Yeah, it's basically like that last Lasagna Cat scene, but like expanded on. See, I actually think Jim Davis would be down with that. He strikes me as the kind of guy where he'd be down.
Well, yeah, he strikes me as the kind of guy of, will this make me money? Oh yeah, sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, this is gonna make me way more money than Charles Schultz's like loving manga biography of mine, where it's just the suffering of me sitting there, looking at my previous comic Norm the Gnat as it failed. The multi-arc of Jim Davis going to the back alley saying, I really hate Mondays. I'm just saying. It's genius. It's on the table.
Hold on, all right, now I gotta make the UG like face, but as John Arbuckle.
Exactly. Like,
Let me
can
get to
you
that.
imagine it? Mondays, John. Jim Davis is sitting at the local diner, and then they bring him the head of Liz.
I can't think about Mondays. I gotta keep moving.
Liz or Odie?
Oh,
Yeah, no, Puchita.
oh no.
See, like,
Yeah.
Puchita lives inside of his heart and urges him to follow
Oh
his
wait,
dream.
Odie's not even his, right? Odie's is his.
Yeah,
roommate.
Odie's is Lyman.
Yeah.
Odie's is Lyman's pet, and Lyman is dead.
And Lyman's head on the plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Or is Lyman Makima in this one because of the dogs?
No. Makima is Garfield.
That
Asking
makes
for
yeah,
lasagna.
100%. Garfield is the control devil.
Lyman is he's the high level agent who wants to kill Makima.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm into it.
Let's see. Normal is power. I think we already said that.
Normal is power.
And
Liz is that lady. Or would Normal be like Kobini?
oh, actually, yeah.
Because Normal gets nervous and like by the horror.
And Normal's car, really the champion.
Yeah, Normal's car. Orson the pig show. See, like that's what I'm
I
saying.
was
Like,
gonna say we were gonna.
Oh,
I was going to
God.
get to 100 acres. What
U.S.
is it?
Acres.
U.S.
Never
Never
Acres.
forget U.S. Acres. Orson the pig has to show up, and like the future devil is of course Sheldon inside of his egg. I've thought about this.
Oh,
Wow, you really thought about this.
No, I've
in
thought
depth.
about this a lot.
Shark Fiend is obviously the rooster.
Yeah, Roy the Rooster. Like Lamlin is the bomb devil. Orson the pig is crap. I forgot his name. Oh, I forgot his name. The dude with the samurai, the cut. He gets turned into the.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
Nah, it's just I had a brain fart. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, Toki.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Orson the pig. And see what I'm trying to say here is that like as the biography of Jim Davis has like his deteriorating psyche means like his characters he sees them. Like it's a meta narrative about what is Garfield.
I'm so mad there's no Chainsaw Man this week.
I don't know,
I'm
Jujutsu
so
was pretty
mad.
good.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm so mad he just dropped that bombshell and then it's like, see you in 2 weeks. It's like,
Listen, he knew the fallout was coming.
Oh,
he
you
had
know
to
what he's
run.
doing. I think it's great. I think it's super good.
I hate it.
Denji has to suffer.
He
Also,
has
my
to.
character in Hogwarts going all in dark magic. Let's go. It's great. Yo, that Crucio real good.
Hey, so like, when they say dark magic, do they mean like they're like resurrecting the? They're not doing necromancy, right?
I think
No,
that
it means three.
yeah,
the
it
dark
means the
No!
Crucio, the Avada Kedavra, and then the other one.
No, if it's dark magic, you got to be doing some like diabolical shit.
Well, that's where I'm
You gotta
getting
be
into
like-
is that in Harry Potter, what is defined as dark magic is only defined by the Ministry.
Yeah,
So the Ministry says
man.
what is dark magic, but you don't really know what exactly is dark magic. They could say like, remember, Wizarding Society has a slave caste,
Yep.
has a sapient caste of servants, and they love it.
they love it.
Yep.
Or at least they say they love it. Who knows? They could have had some kind of true dark ritual enchantment, because as we've seen, house elves are like really tough.
Yeah,
Guys,
they
look.
really are.
The goblin slaves are rebelling. We have to do something about this.
Yeah, we got to kill them all.
We gotta quell their uprising.
We have to
from the
go
freedom.
back to because it's one of those things where like, who's to say that the wizards with this magical species did not cast some kind of high magic to imprint in their brains a desire to a subservient nature or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, see,
Like the
this
same
is
spell that gives them like powerful magic also changes them to humanity's whims.
Or they're like, because like, yo, a house elf would be able to like straight up murk a person. You'd be done, because they could do wizard without like wands and crap.
I forgot they were called house elves.
They are called house elves.
Yep. House elves. Yep. J.K.
You know,
Rowling.
like a
Not a
house
fan of subtlety.
inward.
No, there's no subtlety.
Jesus.
Like
Then-
what's his name? Henry Shacklebolt.
Oh yes, the Irish Harry Potter character.
Yeah.
Potato McCarbomb.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Cho Chang.
There you go. There's a
The
weird.
trans character in Hogwarts Legacy who's named Saranya.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What was it? There was like a throwaway line of Hogwarts Legacy did the thing where they talked about like a throwaway line of dialogue that stuck in my head, and it was when you were talking to like the African, like the divinity, her daughter or whatever.
Oh, wandless magic?
Yeah, she makes a talk. It's like, yeah, in Africa we don't use wands, and you're like, what?
What? Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't have to use wands?
Yeah, you don't have to use them. She's like, yeah, we don't use them. It makes it a little easier, but yeah, we don't use them. And you're like, wait, what?
Whenever they said that, I just jumped to like Gojo on the roof doing the 200% hollow purple. It's like, you know, the art of jujutsu is the art of reduction. It's how much of this can you cut out and still be effective. And it's like, oh wow, Harry Potter's juju.
There's stuff. I think that's the thing about Harry Potter, is because it was both a children's thing that so many people grew up with, that there's like a lock in your brain where you're like, oh, I want this. Like I understand the whole the truth, which is as said by many, read another book.
Yep, go read Charlie Bone.
I get it. I get the idea of like, oh, do you want like this a story that talks about wizarding stuff? It's not Harry Potter, but I'm also I've eaten the slop, and I'm like, but what if it was Harry Potter though? Like, I get it.
Harry Potter just has the thing where it's universal, so you can just talk about it, and people will just pick up what you're putting down for Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah.
Well, because it's also like there is the universal fantasy of going to wizard school. I think at least in terms of like the Western world, I'm gonna say, and I'll make my statement, but I think that the universal fantasy of going to magic school and doing magic stuff instead of like math is really appealing.
Wait, hold on. Do they learn math?
No.
Do they take any other classes that would like help them in the real world?
No, I think that's.
No,
I think
because they're not getting prepared for the real world.
They don't need it.
Prepared for
Harry Potter. You don't have to know.
Math doesn't mean dick.
Your home ec class in Harry Potter is saying reparo.
Yep.
That's it. That solves like all of your problems. You have like a tit that's bigger in the inside than it is on the outside.
Geometry doesn't mean anything.
Who cares? You got magic.
Listen, who cares about biology? I'm just going to change this creature into another creature. Who cares?
Your parents are so... Yeah, there's no remedial... Like, so can we assume that, like, once you get the Hogwarts, you need to know how to read?
Yeah.
Or is there some, like... Is there a remedial type of magic or a potion you can drink to just gain the knowledge of reading?
So I'm going to guess...
It's Rito.
The same way...
Yeah.
Again, Hermione didn't get put into advanced classes. She just got the chance to take more classes. So if you're remedial, they just say instead of taking this many classes, you're only taking, like, X fewer
Well, they already talked about, like, the squibs or whatever, who are wizards who can't do magic.
Yep.
You gotta hang out with your cat.
Okay. I know they haven't discussed any sort of magic system in Harry Potter. Where does magic come from? How much do you have? Can you just keep blasting spells endlessly?
I think it's a willpower thing. And a wand thing.
I do think it's a wand thing. I think the wand matters all. Like, see, this is the kind of things that you think about.
Because the wand is definitely a conduit out, and then J.K. Rowling's view of the world is definitely going to say, well, some people are just better at magic and more powerful at magic than others.
Yeah, no, Harry Potter is a Naruto.
And not in a, like, Satoru Gojo kind of way.
It's Naruto.
He just got a broken technique. It's just Naruto.
No, Harry Potter is Naruto. There's a lot of Naruto going on where you're like, so Harry Potter, you're like the bloodline double combo.
But then, ironically, Harry Potter himself is not a Naruto.
It's like the grand secret. There's stuff. I think there's stuff you can mine out of there.
Because I think, like, she does, like, do a point of showing pure blood actually has nothing to do with ability. But she still really says, like, oh, but, I don't know, because Hermione is just kind of better than Harry at everything.
Oh, she's just, no.
Harry is really only able to fight Voldemort because he's Harry.
Also, Harry Potter, one of the things, to quote one of the Shrieking Shack that I need to catch back up on, but I've been listening to the Star Wars one, where they kept talking about, like, Harry Potter loves Hogwarts, and most of the books are about him skipping classes. Like, he doesn't go to class a lot.
He's a C student, but he's the savior of everyone.
Yeah, he's like a... Yeah. Harry Potter is the token kid on the football team that's getting his grades curved.
He is.
He's on the Quidditch. He's the star Quidditch player. Also, don't think
Is there-
about how like half of what he's good about Quidditch is because he's been gifted like triple like the most powerful broomstick available
Yeah, he
like
just got like
twice.
a professional quality broom.
He's like twice as fast, and you're just like, how can I possibly compete? Especially in the position where I need to fly really fast. I'm done. But
Okay, I don't
unintentionally, there's a lot set
So
up.
it's literally a sport where if you just buy the better things, you win
Yeah,
automatically.
it's like F1. It's basically you have
I-
soccer, but there's an F1 race going on, and if whoever wins the F1 race gets 50 points and the game ends.
It's not about skill or technique. It's just, hey, do you have enough gold to
Is your
spend
car
on
better?
gold?
Yep.
No, there's just
Yeah,
there's a lot
Was it the
going on.
Nimbus? Yeah. He also got like a Nimbus 2000, and then he got the new one every year.
Yeah.
I'd
Also,
be kind of upset if I was like a poor, like normal student that was really good, getting all A's in all my classes.
here's my thought about Harry Potter Society. Why is there even money?
What's the point? Yeah, just make
No,
stuff.
like Magic seems to be able to do whatever. Like
Yeah.
Magic seems to be able. If I could say like I can magically grow my plants, put like a bag of food on the like just raw ingredients, and then say like expecto spaghetti, and it just makes itself.
So I feel like at some point she realized that
PS5 is.
and then started trying to write around it about how, actually no, no, this invisibility cloak is actually just super extra special. Most aren't like this. You can't, like, I don't know. It's one of those where she didn't think about it when it was a kid's book, and then when she realized, oh, this is getting more mature.
When she wanted to make it a
add
real
rules.
book, then all those flaws
Yeah.
show up, and you're like, well, what's going on here?
Yeah.
What? Why? Okay, so like, okay, I know we're talking about this crap, but I love it. This is the kind of stuff that gets me. This is my favorite. So like, there in Harry Potter, in book 2, when Gilderoy Lockhart tries to heal Harry's arm, it just evaporates all of his bones in his arm, and then he gets a potion that he drinks it, and it regrows his bones like overnight or whatever, maybe like a day or two. Like,
Yeah, it took a while.
so if you're Hermione, would you not just immediately throw up? Because what they have shown is basically the cure to like bone marrow cancer. Where you could just instantly zap it out, drink the potion, grow in a new bone, and it's like fixed.
No.
You have, like, to me, like that level of like you would throw up because oh my god.
Magic has solved so many Muggle problems, and they just refuse to.
Yeah, they
share it.
refuse. It's not even like a
refuse.
aha. Like I think they got into that in like the Black Panther movie.
It's not. It's also not even like let's share. It's like, you know what? These humans have the potential for magic. Why don't we find a way to, unlock everyone's magical potential and have a whole world of wizards?
Why don't
No.
And some people are just better than others, so that's
Yeah.
just how it is. No reason to try to improve the lot of everyone in life.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Hog-
Next, you're gonna say centaurs should have rights.
Yes.
Hogwarts
Next year's-
Legacy?
If you're going to say free the slave, no, then I'll have to do housework. Oh wait,
I don't have to
Landry's
do
done it.
housework.
Landry's done it.
My housework is like a
It
sentence.
doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
It's one
Oh,
sentence. I can just say Clino Rumo, and it does it.
It doesn't work.
It does it.
Mako food. Boom.
No, it
do you
has to
mean
do
slaves?
it. No, there's stuff.
Oh
there's
my
stuff.
God.
There's stuff there. There's so much stuff about that
It-
society.
That's what my favorite thing is. Like crappy universes that you could fix with some ideas.
Oh no, that's my dream novel I will never write, or fan fiction I will never write, that I entitled. It was called Dark Wizard. It was about like a Muggle-born kid or something who realizes that like his memory was erased due to like some unforgivable crime, and it was like trying to bring a cancer cure to like his mom or something, but that was against Wizard Society and got him like memory erased, and then his memory comes back and he's like, this whole thing gots to go.
Awesome.
It has to go.
I love that.
That's good.
Because it's like nah. And the wizard's like, no, of course not. Why would we give a Muggle the cancerous reducto? And you're just like, oh no. In Hogwarts Legacy, we proved that when there's a drought, we could just cast a spell and make it rain.
Oh, okay, so how come we haven't helped you with that? Welcome now.
Yeah, fuck them. Who cares? It's like, no, you could have. That hurricane, that Category 5 hurricane, we could just say, slow-o. Pedo momentum. There you go. It's gone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fixed it. Or just let it come through, and then we just show up and say reparo, and your house is fixed.
Uh-huh.
The tornado came through, and then the wizards come through in like an afternoon. Fixed it up.
put it all back.
Yeah, it's fine. House burned down in a fire, fixed it.
El Fixo.
Yeah, they'll fix
Just
it.
don't think about it.
Think
Just
about it.
Don't think about it.
Don't overthink it. Hey, look, he's having a fun little adventure. This is all you need to
Yeah.
Well,
put your brain to child mode, and you're gonna have a lot of fun.
uh-huh.
It's kind of like, yeah, you like skipping school, so does Harry Potter.
All right. Well, see you guys.
All right.
Talk to you next
All
See you
week.
next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I got pressed the button. Oh crap.